I have to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to keep this short. For those of you who I haven't met yet, I'm Jace. I've had the honor and privilege of serving as Joe's brother for the past 23 years. I was talking to Joe a while ago, and he said, I don't really want you to speak at my wedding, but you're the only brother I have, so here we go. I'd like to start by telling you all a little bit about my relationship with Joe. We met back in the late 90s, back at a time when skipping school for a sick day was much less questionable. Growing up, I think Joe really respected me because he would let me hang out with him and his friends, but in a few years, our brotherly rivalry had intensified, and Joe was much bigger than me. I knew I'd be taller than him one day, though, and look at us now. If you look at old family photos, Joe looked like a child powerlifter, and I looked like Bonnie never fed me. Because of Joe's full-bodied physique, I avoided getting physical with him, but sometimes a little altercation was inevitable. Kind of like the time he shot me in the neck with a paintball gun because he wanted to see if I'd be able to go to his paintball birthday party. Needless to say, I stayed home that year. As the years went on, I thought the rivalry had settled and a possible friendship was beginning. I was mistaken, however, as one year on my birthday, Joe texted me and said, "Happy birthday. Mom made me send this." But enough about Joe and his gorilla physique. Today, Joe is a married man. Today is about Joe and the love of his life, his dumbbells. Can I just say how fitting it is that Joe met his wife in a grocery store? I mean, you really can't make this up. I'll never forget the day Joe got engaged, partly because it was the same day he asked Pam and Paul for their permission to marry Mel, and partly because Joe called me right after, and Joe never calls me. I could tell over FaceTime just how excited Joe was, and I can tell today how excited Joe is to show off his new wife. Ugh. Mel, ever since we met you, we knew you were a keeper, and we are beyond happy you've stuck it out with the gorilla himself. I particularly liked you from the start because you sent me free frozen yogurt from Yasso. You are charming, smart, kind, wholesome, and you make Joe happy in a way I never could. Joe, you've been a great brother to me, and I'm beyond happy to see you with the girl of your dreams. Joe, Melissa, I love you both, and I wish you a wonderful, happy life together. Mom made me say that.
All right. I told you the best man speech right there. Man, we had roast for dinner and we just had another roast. Nice work, nice work. Was all of that supposed to be a joke? Okay, because that whole please you in a way that, was that supposed to be, I don't know if you thought you were going to get a laugh right there, but you did. You rolled them. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, handing the mic over to our maid of honor. Make some noise for Megan.
What a very copacetic ceremony, Lauren. You did fantastic. She's signing autographs. So it's a very big deal that I can say today is a happy day, because for most of of my life, I have absolutely dreaded this day. I have dreaded losing my sister, my best friend, the greatest gift my parents ever gave me, losing her to a man who I have to share her with. And so the wedding was going to play out in one of three ways. It was either going to be the officiant says, does anybody have any objections? And I say, yes, many. Or Melissa was going to have to drag me down the aisle, like clinging to her foot, sobbing. Or I was going to say something awful during the speech and then scream like a banshee and run away. And none of that has happened. So what changed? I would like to turn your attention to Exhibit A. What changed is that Melissa found a sincere, compassionate, custom-built, custom with a K, partner who complements her strengths and brings out such an infectious joy in her that he instantly won me over. And he's my dearest baby brother. And so since Joe is a millwright, I wanted to bring some metallurgy into the ceremony, especially because my really good idea of a live welding demo was vetoed. I wanted them to weld a heart together, and Mom was like, it's going to light Melissa's dress on fire and blind the audience. So there was no welding. So marriage, which brings us together today, is like forming an alloy. So two metals with unique properties are combined into a material with superior properties. And this is so typical of me. Okay, so a relationship changes both people, and the marriage welds them together. And that bond is stronger than either piece alone, right? So, okay, something like that. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about these two lovely people that formed an alloy today. So Melissa, subatomic symbol Me, atomic number 33, is a polished, loyal, generous, malleable, she's not, that's just a good pun, stubborn, willful element with a unique humorous sheen and a slight residue of teenage gratitude. And I love that Joe can manage her sass. He knows it's not a surprise, he already knows, that Melissa, who he calls his pigeon, ruffles her feathers, and he'll say, Pidge, you're ruffling, I think you need a snack. And then she'll calm down. So I'm so proud of Melissa's accomplishments. She is the sister I look up to her. She's shorter and younger than me, but I look up to her, and I've often considered her my older sister. I'm so proud of her job and how she's gotten promotions and moved up the ladder, how she bought a house, and how she's humble. And something I'm really proud of Melissa is her friend group, who she has carried with her from some of them from high school, a lot of them from college, and just the way that they love and care for each other is really, really beautiful. Melissa is very loyal and supportive, unless you had a hip surgery and you need her to gently set you into a chair, in which case she will drop you halfway into the chair and you'll fall into the Christmas tree. But other than that, she has always been in my corner. She's helped me through a lot of really emotional ups and downs, and you stole it from me. I was going to say you walked with me in the rain, but you said that, yeah. And she gives the most thoughtful, kind gifts. Okay, but what I love most about the Melissa Joe alloy is that he nurtures my sister's unique, dare I say bizarre, streak. And he makes her comfortable to be her authentic self, her authentic goofy self. And I have to embarrass her. So this goofy self is a side of her some of you might not know. So I grew up to be the weird sister. But as kids, Melissa was a perfectly quirky little Miss Potatoes. Some examples. She named her cat Porcupine. No reason. A lot of girls wanted to dress up like princesses when they were kids, including myself. Melissa dressed up as Captain Hook, frequently. It was her favorite costume. Melissa aspired not to be a marketing director at Yasso, but to be a clerk at a grocery store so she could operate a cash register. And then Melissa loved little things, little baby shoes, little books, a tiny little potato that she found that Mom brought home that Melissa put in her sock drawer, and months later we found growing tentacles and fermenting into vodka in her sock drawer. So, Joe, you are a very lucky man to be bonded with this unique, amazing woman who I adore, cherish, and admire, and am utterly obsessed with. So now for the other metal in this alloy, atomic symbol JK, atomic number 25, is a strong, lustrous metal with a scintillating personality, a metal that conducts warmth and sincerity to an unparalleled degree. A metal that was so recently discovered that he says, Alanis Morissette, who? Care Bears, what? Agrabah, where? His lack of 90s pop culture knowledge is really the only noticeable difference, the age discrepancy between these two precious ores. Joe is immediately lovable. The first time I met Joe was over a Zoom call. Melissa wanted me to meet this wonderful man who's a part of her life, and when they picked up, Joe has no shirt on. Or a shirt that he's cut the sleeves off of and is practically wearing. So
That runs the family.
Oh, Tom, okay. So I was like, wow, this guy, he's all in. I mean, he's all out, he's all in. He's in it to win it. Joe is vulnerable. We've talked about some of the challenging times we've had growing up as kids. He had me read his vows, which was really sweet and meaningful to me. He's very generous, helped me change my engine valve cover. Shakira, his truck will be wherever you need it, whenever you need it to move. And most importantly, Joe cherishes and adores my sister. And I know they will love and care for each other from this day forth. And for this reason, the formation of this powerful, new and improved alloy is a cause for celebration in my heart, and not the Armageddon that I feared for so many years. So sister small and brother big, your sister tall loves you with all of her heart, and I raise my glass to you. And who says alchemy isn't real? Because you two have transformed each other into gold. It's not an alloy, but it's a good statement. Here's the gold. We are so beyond blessed. I'm just looking around the room because it just means so much to us to have every single person that we love most dearly in this world here with us tonight. This has been an absolute dream to get to celebrate here with Joe. So I feel like I've waited for this man for my whole life. I married his ass. I'm so happy. But to our parents, Tom and Bonnie, my mom, Pam and Paul, thank you for giving us just the guidance through everything that I know we are going to face, ups and downs, highs and lows. And I think we just have the most incredible role models for who we need to aspire to be. So thank you for showing us what it means to be committed partners and best friends through life, regardless of what it throws to you. And to Jace and Megan, we could not have asked for clear choice of who was going to stand next to us at our wedding. Of course, we were going to have our VIPs. So thank you guys so much for being there. And Lauren, for making our ceremony so uniquely us. We are so touched that you did that today. This has been beyond to have Joe as my husband. And
Thank you guys so much. We just hope everyone enjoys the time. We are so, like I said, last week we were here. This has meant everything to have you guys here. All in one room, our most loved people together.
You know, I'm just glad to be here. You know, because, 4 weeks ago, it was going to be lights out if I didn't step another foot an hour in the gym. If I didn't fit in my suit, it was going to be lights out for my wife. So I'm just glad to be here. Yeah, and I fit comfortably. We're all good. And this is my wife. It's awesome. Thanks, guys.
Guess we'll find out. All right, 2 quick announcements before we open up this dance floor. Actually, 3. One here is that the cake looks like it's been cut, and you guys can enjoy that. 2, the bar staff has asked that we keep the drinks inside. Some of them have made their way outside, so let's just keep it in here. And then last thing is, and I believe I saw you, did you have that keepsake I could see? Ladies and gentlemen, on that table right there, the remembrance table, there are awesome keepsakes. Who made those? Oh my goodness. They made these awesome ornaments. It's your keepsake to take with you, correct? So please take one of these before you leave. Thank you. And we're going to open up this dance floor and watch these 2 dance, as well as the father-daughter, mother-son.
Lauren covered a lot of this. And the one that was here from the very beginning was your shared sense of humor. When you are with Missy and Joe, you are sure to laugh. May this strength you have will it come through in good times and in times of struggle. Your vows are heartfelt. I hope you renew your vows often. The meaning of the words deepen in complexity with the passing of time and shared life together. Paul and I have renewed our vows every year. One time I wanted to share today was about our 10th anniversary. Megan was 7 and Melissa was 5. We drove 25 miles up the Hooter Canyon to our wedding site at Mountain Park. Paul and I slipped into the stone structure to put on our wedding clothes. The girls looked so cute in dresses from their grandma's shed. As we walked down the stairs to the river to recite our vows, the girls spontaneously picked wildflowers to throw in our path. We will always have this lasting memory. As you can see, it is awesome to accumulate memories as you renew your sacred vows. In closing, I want to say, I know if we trust Joe with our daughter's heart. May you two honor and tenderly care for one another through all the changes in your life. God bless you and we love you.
All right, thank you, Paul and Pam. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a great catering staff that's going to take great care of you. Main Street Catering. Please wait though for our awesome coordinator. Can we make some noise for Danielle? So please wait.